I don't want to inundate you with constant pictures and videos, but I get videos of her playing my keyboard at least once a week or playing the bongos, and you know, and I not only do I record the video, I often record the MIDI signal too, so that like the one day she was doing some cool stuff on the piano, and it was like a little more active than she normally is, and then after she had a nap, I went over the drum kit and I started recording drums, improvising drums on it, and I made this killer jazz song, this killer jazz tune out of Mackenzie's piano playing.
Oh, magic! You know,
so.
Yeah, I've got some things. I've got some things that Lily did. She's on a couple of albums of mine, but there's a thing that she did on her own. I don't know if you've heard it. It's called Dragons by Lily Urban. It's on my Bandcamp page, and she did some singing at one point before she got too sort of self-conscious to do it. So there's two short tracks. One's called Dragons and one's called On the Moon with Frank Zappa, which the two of us sing through an auto-tune kind of thing. And yeah, it's these little moments, you'll get these for sure. And then, you know, she'll get a bit older and then none of that. She doesn't want any of that, and she doesn't want to know about it. She doesn't want to see any baby pictures. She doesn't want to know that she was videoed or that she was on any of your albums. That's all gone. And then later on, she'll get a boyfriend or a girlfriend, and suddenly she's very interested in what she looked like as a baby, and she wants baby pictures, and she wants, you know, because she wants to show the other, whoever it might be, what she was when she was younger. At least that's the way it's been with Lil.
Well, yeah, you know, and my parents didn't keep too many baby stuff from me, you know, so I'm kind of missing it. Like, I wish I had more, you know, because of Mackenzie being here, because she's got a plethora of photos and stuff. I had to buy a hard drive just to keep the photos Megan's taken.
Yes,
because Megan, I paid to give Megan 100 gigs a month on Google storage, and she filled it up the first month Mackenzie was here.
Really?
With photos.
God.
Yeah, I could, like, it's insane. Because like these cameras take, like, every picture is like 10 megabytes.
Yeah.
Right? Like, and she's taking 4K video, like Steven Spielberg quality video of the kid on the floor, right? So, you know. Yeah,
I was the same. I had that problem right at the start. I've got hundreds and hundreds, probably thousands of pictures of Lily, you know, and I couldn't stop taking pictures. She's just this little blob of baby, you know, just lying there, not doing anything, but every movement I was click, 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 click. And I made these weird videos where I would morph from one movement to the other to make it look like a sort of moving thing, and crazy stuff. I used to take a lot of video. I was well into video before YouTube, and one of the reasons I came onto YouTube was because of my obsession with video, and I used to make little films and things, you know, and put music to them and all that kind of stuff. And as Lily grew up and expressed, you know, that she didn't want to have her photograph taken all the time, thank you very much, I kind of okay, and I kind of put the camera aside at that point. So I don't make very many films now. I don't make any films, to be honest. I just do my AI videos for the music, and that's it. But yeah, I had hard drives filled with stuff.
Yeah, well, you know, I've come to realize too that those photos really only mean anything to you because you're the one that's gushing over them. But that's fine, because like to me, I still have them, and I'll be looking at them till the day I die. You know?
Well, I love baby pictures. I love the pictures you send me. You know, you can send me as many as you want. I love them. You know, the little videos and things. Well, I love babies. It's a bit weird, you know. I think it might be a bit weird, but I do love babies. I love everything that babies stand for, what they are and where they come from and what they'll be. It's just, oh, fuck me. I never thought that.
Maybe
until
I'll send you more then.
Ah, good, do that. I never thought I would ever think that before Lily arrived, but the minute mine arrived and it was there, and it was like, holy shit, I get it now. So like, babies fascinate me. I've got to steer clear of them in the flesh, because I'll get a bit weird about it, because I'll just want to look at the baby and sort of take her hand and sort of go like this and see what she does, and it's like I'm performing an experiment on the child all the time. And I think it can freak the parents out. You know, this old man trying to do something with your baby, so it's not the most comfortable situation, but I love the whole idea of babies. And when they used to come into the office, you know, I had to stop myself going over. In fact, I did once or twice to people I really knew well, you know, who brought their baby, and I would come over and say hello, and had to restrain myself from grabbing hold of it and sort of seeing what it was doing. And quite often the baby was not happy, you know, anyway, being in the office, you know, just screaming the place down. But yeah, babies are brilliant. So how old is Mackenzie now? What stage is she at?
10 months.
10 months. Yeah. Wow. So walking yet or anything? Toddling about?
Not yet. No, she doesn't want to walk. She's trying to walk. She doesn't have much interest in crawling, though. So I think she's going to walk before she crawls.
She's one of these ones that will just get up and go. Yeah.
Yeah. Apparently that's what I was like. My mom told me that I started walking on my first birthday.
Yeah.
It was like I just walked across a room or something. I don't know exactly what I did, but and she's been trying to do that for a while. We do these walking exercises where we hold her hand and walk across the room with her, and she'll walk in front of us. You know. Yeah, but you know she's magic, you know, and I think she's a pretty baby too, which we talked about, so that helps, I think, with the, you know, when we go in public and whatnot, everybody wants to touch her, you know, like I weirded my wife out at first, but you know, but it's I just, you know, I do hope she doesn't turn away from the music. I hope she does turn into it a bit, because I watch these videos of fathers and daughters jamming on YouTube that I'm dreaming of that, like her on the keyboard and me on the keys. I mean, her on the drums, me on the keyboard, or vice versa. Yeah. Like whatever she needs me to do, I'll fill whatever role she doesn't want, you know, and let her do whatever she wants to do and try and facilitate that. And I would love if we got creative about it, you know, to the point where she feels obligated to continue with it. You know, like if we made an album and her friends are impressed with it, or she feels like it's getting some sort of traction that makes her feel fulfilled. I hope I could provide that for her. Then I hope she yearns for it the way I do. I know it's not possible. I've come to the realization over and over again that the relationship between parents and kids is one-sided for the most part. You know, like there's love going both ways, but the relationship is one-sided. Like you'll always be dad and she'll always be your daughter. There's never going to be a role reversal. Like, I mean, at some point she might take care of you in your old age or help you, you know, but it's not ever going to be the same thing. Right. And that's the only time in the world where that's acceptable, right? Like you would never accept that from your spouse, that, you know, you love her more than she loves you and you do more for her than she's willing to do for you. Like that's a bad relationship. Yeah. Right? But with the kid, you have to consciously or naturally just accept the fact that the love that you put out, you'll never truly receive. You have to find it in yourself. Like the love, it's a reflection. It's not going to be handed back to you. Like you have to appreciate the work you put into it and the love you put into it by watching her be happy and watching her live her life. Yeah. You know, she's not going to come to me one day and be like, "You're the greatest dad in the world." You know, maybe she will.
Well, she might do. She might do when she's just that right age, when she's before puberty hits, when she's just in that zone of coming towards that, that was brilliant. You know, Lily was a person that you could have a great conversation with. She knew stuff, you know, and she was still in that kiddie zone though. But when puberty hits and other interests take off, you know, that's when they begin to become separated. But the thing you're talking about is the unconditional love kind of thing that you feel. It's my friend Alan Martin I've talked about before. We were sitting there one day, and he was quite stoned, and he just out of nowhere he said, "You don't know anything about love until you've had your own kids." And there was a kind of silence in the room, and he said, "Did I say that out loud?" "Yes, you did." Oh, I didn't mean to embarrass everybody, because we were all quite young at the time, and he was the only one who had kids. But it's true, you don't really know what that relationship is like until you have them, and it's kind of unconditional. I don't know if it's unconditional for everybody, and certainly for my parents, there was no conditions at all because it didn't exist. But for me with Lily, it is. I can't imagine she could ever do anything that would cause me to withdraw that love. You know, it's just there, and just you. It's almost. I can't imagine ever withdrawing, even if she became a serial killer, or was horrible to me or something. It would still be there. You can't. Yeah, because it's just built in, isn't it?
Seems that way, you know.
Yeah. And thank goodness.
And the one thing I can be careful with too. There's one thing I'm careful, like your friend Alan there reminded me of, is that I know I'm not the young guy with the kids, but I'm a millennial with kids. Which is basically like I'm young for having kids. Like most of my friends are never going to have kids. Like I got male friends who got vasectomies in their 20s because they knew they didn't want to have kids. Yeah. You know, and so I feel like a responsibility to modulate my joy when I talk to these guys, because I don't want them to realize what I'm experiencing, because Like, how am I supposed to say to my friend, you know, like, I regret not having kids sooner, to a friend who can never have kids, you know, without feeling like an asshole, you know, because they can't undo what they've done. They'll never experience what I'm experiencing, no matter how hard they try, you know. So
but
it's
if they are good friends, they'll understand that, won't they? They should understand that, shouldn't they?
Well, probably. I haven't had any negative kickback, but I feel like maybe it's just my personality. Like, you know, without sharing names, like a couple of people I mentioned today have vasectomies who won't have kids.
Yeah.
And, you know, and they look at me like quizzically, like, you're having kids? Like, why would you want to do that to your bank account? Why would you want to do, like, aren't you having fun?